Hello, Cancer rising and Cancer moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card forecast for the week starting October 10th, 2016. And a quick reminder for you guys, I knew that sometimes when I say things on the astrology level, I'm leaving some things out that might be bigger notice. Like last week, I did not mention Mercury going into Libra. And that was on purpose, because that's in my monthly October astrology horoscope. And I wanted it to be different. I want things to be unique. I don't want it to be like copy and paste from my monthlies, unless it's something big like a full moon or something that I want to make sure that we all remember. That will definitely happen, but just letting you know that, okay? Just letting you know that ahead of time, because some folks were kind of like, well, you already knew, didn't you? I'm kidding, because of the horoscope. No, so what is going on this week? What is going on this week in the weekly astrology that is a little bit more unique and day-to-day? Yes, we do have Mercury in Libra right now, which is your fourth house, your home and family area. So it's going to be speeding up developments and communications regarding all matters family, home, and property. It's a great time for those of you who are looking to move house, whether it's purchase, sell, lease, rent, however you want to handle it, or even to find new roommates for yourself. This is also a great time to be finding ways to drum up extra cash flow to your home, your domicile. And that is exactly what is on the menu this week when Mercury conjuncts Jupiter on Tuesday. And this can talk about a great deal of good news coming through either a family source or a property source of revenue. Jupiter is the planet of money, wealth, and luck, and Mercury is a planet of communications and a lot of caffeine because it speeds up everything wherever it goes. If you have been waiting on maybe money to come from a major sale or liquidation of an asset, or you are looking to, again, create a more beneficial financial arrangement to your household, if you're trying to grow a household business or you yourself work from home, whether you are owning your own business like a cottage industry kind of deal, or you are trying to maybe work online, this is an excellent aspect for a great amount of money coming your way. We've also got on Thursday Mercury forming a square to Mars currently in your 7th house of partnerships. And that's going to be a little bit more tense, because when Mercury and Mars come together, we may say too much, okay? And this is regarding a partner and or family members. And this could be talking about the betrayal of confidence, unfortunately. And sometimes it's hard to keep secrets from a partner or from a family member regarding one or the other. It's one of those situations where it's kind of like, uh-oh, I'm torn between who I can say this to and who I can't say this to. And, so you want to be careful about oversharing too much when Mars and Mercury clash, because it can create that clash, and sometimes that can mean, if we're not careful, we may accidentally betray the confidence of our partner to a relative, or of a relative to our partner. And it's got to be understood that, these people do deserve their privacy, even if you might feel like it's not right to keep that under wraps just right now. You might feel like, well, I know they're my sister, but that's my partner, or I know that's my partner, but this is my brother. Remember, keep people's information in confidence when they need to be kept in confidence, because sometimes sharing a bit too, even a little is a bit too much during this time, okay? So let Thursday's energy pass before you decide whether or not to let a cat out of the bag. So that is the astrology. What's going on with the cards? What's going on with the cards this week? Well, we've got for your spiritual advice the card of the Fairy Godmother, which is kind of an interesting card because this does talk about sort of a sudden saving grace, sort of a third party, and allowing a third party or a third option, to do its work for you. You may be feeling like it's not necessarily a good time to let somebody else take the wheel in your life or with a process or a project you are working on. And that might actually be the case, because with the Fairy Godmother, this person or whatever's going on is actually conspiring on your behalf. This would definitely be something that, again, it's not working with your authorization, it's definitely not working with your direction or your overseeing, but maybe it's a time to be less administrative about how we handle our lives this week, because the Fairy Godmother card is basically saying allowing this to go into somebody else's hands may actually be the best things for you and your baby, whatever that baby is that happens to be there this week. Okay, so allow that Fairy Godmother to do their thing. All right, that's really important to pay attention to, because sometimes, again, we're afraid to kind of take our hand off the button for somebody else. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we do have the Page of Wands upright. Beautiful card, because this is always talking about initiations and invitations, but also at the same time popularity. And this could actually be the make or break kind of energy that you've been looking for. If you're looking for a new job, if you've been feeling like we're not making the right impressions with future employers, maybe you're trying to drum up extra business, you're trying to market yourself, campaign yourself better, this is showing a huge payoff. The Page of Wands can even show up as sort of an advance, you know, kind of like an appetizer of a greater financial reward being kicked down to you this week as well. So keep your eyes and your ears open, and most certainly don't let yourself fall out of circulation this week, because it looks like it's actually going to be great on the money front. For your communications with air, we do have the Ten of Cups upright. Another beautiful card, because this always talks about an opportunity to create some serious peace and a happily ever after moment with a friend or a relative. And this could actually be great news about a conflict ending, or a resolution to a common problem being found, some kind of sudden victory, and something that will most likely be long-term. The Ten of Cups can also indicate to you an unexpected gift or favor, somebody going out of their way for you this week, somebody kind of sparing you a great deal of heartache or a great deal of stress without your knowing that. And that might be something, again, release the control. You know, sometimes, I mean, we all know those people who, you know, have a tendency to, even if something good happened, it's like, you didn't tell me what was going on. They treat it like a betrayal. It's like, okay, I just went and got you a pot of gold, but the pot of gold's a betrayal because you weren't in the know. Don't be that person this week, because I think that with the Ten of Cups upright, you know, again, an unexpected piece of a happily ever after is going to be shared to you by a friend or relative who's going behind your back in all the best ways. For your challenge with fire, when it comes to, you know, things that we need to be working on this week, you know, kind of a regular kind of obstacle, and that happens, we do have the Magician card upright. And this card is basically saying your challenge this week, Cancer, is paying attention to whether or not you are utilizing all the resources you have at your disposal. All right, if we are trying to get something done one way and one way only, that might be a set of personal conditionings or personal dogmas to look at this week. You know, sometimes we think way too much about, I always say it in quotations because, you know, it's just not really always true, proper channels. You know, proper channels, having to do things a certain way, there's a certain order of operations. Be prepared to use your resources to abandon an order of operations. Everything seems to be going better when we let go of standard practice this week. Obviously, you don't want to forego standard practice if you're doing brain surgery or heart surgery, but when it comes to just the regular day-to-day, you know, I feel like being a bit more original or allowing a bit more originality to happen for you is going to be better than trying to make sure everything fits a mold. Because the Magician card as a challenge can also, you know, show where we are not thinking outside the box enough. You know, where again, we're thinking about way too many rules, whether it's too many relationship rules, too many work rules, too many standards and proper channels actually holding up the works. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Queen of Pentacles upright, which is actually a really nice card for love, because usually when you get the Queen of Pentacles, we are talking about the opportunity to meet somebody who is definitely ready for something more mature, more grounded, and long-term. In fact, with the Queen of Pentacles, you tend to see somebody who is a little bit used to, let me put it this way. They have no problem being alone. So when they want to be in a relationship, it's on purpose, okay? It's usually how the Queen of Pentacles works. This most likely will show up as somebody who does kind of have their own thing going on, whether they work for themselves or this is somebody who just has a means of working for themselves. And the Queen of Pentacles can often show up, again, as an earth sign, a Virgo, a Taurus, or a Capricorn, somebody with those qualities. For those of you who are currently coupled, the Queen of Pentacles can show up where you and your partner will actually be bonding over getting again, your own thing off the ground. This could actually be something that we could monetize. This could be a new pastime, a new hobby that actually could be lucrative. But also at the same time with the Queen of Pentacles, this is a discussion on how do we actually create another facet of this relationship by, creating a way to be, to get more productivity and examine the productivity of our relationship, which is always really kind of cool to see happen with the Queen of Pentacles, because again, that extra facet really changes, the whole diamond of the relationship, because nobody comes into our life just to get married. Like, there's always a really cool quest or story or adventure that goes along with that, and the Queen of Pentacles is a perfect example. So that is your forecast, Cancer. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you'd like to get a session, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com.